Hello kids, Shubhamangalam at Legal Scholar. Myself Sukhdeep. I'll be taking up class 8 physics for today. Okay, so we were on lesson number 3. We will continue with the lesson. I've mentioned the page number where we need to start today. Okay, before this we have discussed about two kinds of plastics. We have also discussed that plastic is a polymer and it is made up of some structured chains like the linear chain or the group chain of polymers. Okay, so to look at a certain picture of how does the structure of plastic look like, you can see page number 41, figure number 11a and figure number 11b, where you have a linear arrangement of monomers. Monomers, what are monomers? They are tiny units which combine with each other and form polymers, and polymer is something that is used to make synthetic fiber or plastic. And the second diagram that you see over here is figure 11b, which is cross-linked arrangement. Okay, so these two kinds of arrangement are used to make plastics. So we have also studied that the name of the person who who invented the first kind of plastic, the name of the person and his history is mentioned over here. His name is Parks. That is why the first plastic was named after him, and it was called as Parkisine. Okay, so here we need to go to the types of plastics were also discussed. There are two types of plastics: thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastics are plastics which get molded if if you pour hot water on them, or if you subject them to heat. But thermosetting plastics are not going to get remolded if you are going to pour hot water on it, or if you are going to subject them to flame or heat. Examples for thermoplastics can be those plastics which are used in all your toys, and examples for thermosetting plastics can be Bakelite. Okay, so like the switchboard is made up of Bakelite. The handles of the pan are made up of Bakelite. They do not get remolded. They are just going to, if you're going to subject them to heat, they are just going to burn or char or start smelling. That's it. They're never going to get remolded. So let's see why are they not going to get remolded. We have a very simple activity over here. Okay, so come to page number 42 and we need to discuss this activity together. It is page number 42 on the right hand side, the lab activity. Aim: identifying thermoplastic and thermosetting plastics by flame test. So they are going to do a burning test so that we are able to identify which plastic is thermoplastic and which plastic is thermosetting plastic. Remember, thermoplastic is the plastic that is going to get remolded when it is subjected to heat or flame, whereas thermosetting plastic is not going to get remolded even if it is subjected to flame or heat. Okay, now let's test it. You remember we had a flame test or a burning test for the synthetic fibers also, so that we can test whether it is a synthetic fiber or natural fiber. Okay, it is much before in the lesson. It was in the earlier pages. So now we need to test whether the given plastic is the thermoplastic or thermosetting plastic. Materials required: you need a pair of tongs, a spirit lamp. What do you know what a pair of tongs? Use those devices to pick up ice cubes, or people use it in the laboratories when they are dealing with instruments, or when they are dealing with substances that need to be heated. So they are going to use tongs, something that look like a forceps. Okay, a spirit lamp, definitely for burning you need a lamp. Then you have samples of plastics. You're going to collect small pieces of plastics from the objects like comb, toothbrush handle, plastic bucket, handle of the utensil. Okay, electric switch, piece of melamine of nail plates and coffee mug. Okay, so you can underline this one, the pieces of melamine of nail plate and coffee mug. You might be eating in a plastic plate, yes or no? That is basically made up of melamine. Also the coffee mugs, they are also usually made up of melamine. Melamine is again one kind of thermosetting plastic like Bakelite. Okay, the procedure here is take a spirit lamp and light it. You can see in figure number 13 that girl over there is conducting a flame test. So there is a spirit lamp. Okay, there is a spirit lamp and you are going to light the spirit lamp. So you're going to clamp one piece of plastic sample, say a piece of toothbrush, with the tongs. Okay, so you have the tongs over here. You're going to hold it from here and you're going to clip or clamp the piece of plastic on this particular end. You're going to hold from this end. Do you understand? Okay, I am repeating it again. We have what over here? We have a spirit lamp. Okay, should you directly hold the plastic in your hand and start burning it? No, you are going to use a safety measure over here. You are going to use tongs. Okay, you are going to hold the plastic piece with the help of tongs. The instrument that you see over here is nothing but tongs. So this is this apparatus setup. Next, okay, they were clamp one piece of plastic sample, say toothbrush with tongs. Place the sample on the spirit lamp flame. So with the help of the tongs, you are going to hold the plastic piece and place it on the flame of the spirit lamp. Okay, that is the procedure. Now, observe the changes during the burning of the sample. You need to observe what is going to happen to that plastic sample when it is brought over the flame or burnt over the flame. What do you need to do? You need to observe what is going to happen to the plastic piece when it is burnt with the help of the spirit lamp flame. Note your observations like whether the sample is being softened or burnt with smell or become hard. Okay, there are going to be two cases. Either the plastic piece is going to become soft once it is burnt, or it is going to become hard. Do you understand? Okay, let's look at this point again. Note your observations like whether the sample is being softened. The first chance, okay, sample is being softened. So there is going to be a possibility that when you're burning the plastic piece, the piece is going to burn up and it is going to become very soft. You know that soft things can be deformed very easily. Okay, so the sample piece which is, after burning it is going to become softer. This means it is nothing but a thermoplastic. Yes or no? Because thermoplastics get deformed very easily, and anything that gets up softened is also going to be deformed very easily. What is the second possibility over here? The second possibility is that the plastic piece is going to burn with a smell and it is going to become hard. So the second possibility is sample will burn with a smell and become hard. Okay, this is what is going to happen. Any one of these two possibilities will be happen. So if the sample is becoming soft, this means it can be deformed very easily. This means it is just thermoplastics. And if the sample will burn and with the smell and become hard, this is definitely thermosetting, because anything that is hard cannot be deformed. Do you understand? And thermosetting plastics cannot be remolded once they are already in a shape. Do you understand? If you buy a thermosetting plastic water bottle and you try to remold it by pouring hot water on it or burning it, it is never going to change its shape. Do you understand? It is always going to change, remain in that shape. That is because thermosetting plastic, they have a feature that once you mold them, strong link of chains are developed between them. Do you understand? These strong links of chains are never going to break up, even if you're trying your level best to remold it or deform it or heat it. So it is very difficult to break these strong links of chains that have happened between the thermosetting polymers. Okay, we will study about it later. Now, repeat the procedure with other samples. Record your observation sample wise in the following table. They have a very important note over here. Let's read it. While doing this activity, if you need it, cover your nose and mouth with a mask to avoid breathing of fumes. Why are they telling you to cover your nose and mouth with, a mask? Because, plastic is basically made up of petrochemicals and polymers. So once you're going to burn, it is going to release toxic substances which you might inhale, and it might be very harmful for your body. So for your safety purposes, you cover your nose and mouth other than inhaling those fumes. And also keep yourself away from the spirit lamp flame when you put sample on the flame by stretching your hand. Okay, you need to be a little away. Just like how you are firing crackers during the Diwali and all. When you're firing crackers, do you go really close to the flower pot and fire it, or hold it in your hand and fire it? No, you never do that. Please don't do that. Have a certain distance, okay, when you're lighting up the flower pot or the firecracker. So now, on page number 43, we have a table. I would like you to fill it up. I will write the answers of the table on the board. Okay, whether the sample plastic was burnt or it became softer, I would like you to note it down in your textbook. So we are on page number 43.